Okay, y'all want to see something cute? Look at that. If that isn't the cutest thing ever, that is the tiniest little lizard. Look at him. He's such a little baby. He's probably 1.5 inches total in his entire length of his little body. So I don't know how to give it any size reference, but he is little. I love the little lizards. I think they're super cute. He's on my peace lily. And he just ran out there, so I was like, oh, you're super cute. I have to show you to the people. I wish I could give a size reference. I mean, these are the peace lily leaves, obviously. You can see how small he is on that big leaf. But he's just really cute. And there he goes. He's gonna hide. He's like, don't video me. But I love them. I think they're adorable. They're everywhere here in Florida. Everywhere. But super cute. Hello everybody, it's Wendy, and today we're going to make a necklace using products from the Jesse James Magical Mystery Bead Box for August 2022. But first of all, our encouraging word for today is you're brilliant. Aren't you glad you are? Makes life easier, doesn't it? Okay, so the Magical Mystery Bead Box is absolutely gorgeous this month, and it had this amazing chain in it, which I loved. So we're going to be using several pieces of this chain, but first of all, this piece of this chain. So as you can see, I have the infinity link, the ring, another infinity link, sunflowers, infinity link, and ring. And that's the section that I'm going to be using. We're going to be using this pendant piece. It was so pretty. And then we're going to be using a couple of the little pieces of just the sunflowers, and a piece with the infinity link and the sunflower. So we're making a statement necklace here today. Okay, and this is what it's going to have on it. Then I have some extra jump rings here. I have some 1.5 millimeter leather. This is really cool. I love leather. We're going to be using that. I have 4. These are little fold over cord ends. I have this sunflower toggle clasp. I have 2 head pins. And I have these beads from the Magical Mystery Bead Box. I've got 2 of these bright yellow, these 2 really pretty crystal drops, these 2 pearls, and then 4 of these little spacers. Couldn't think of the name for that. And I think that's everything that we're going to need, and of course our jewelry tools. Okay, so if you want to make this necklace with me, get your Magical Mystery Bead Box stuff together and we'll get started. All right, so as you can see, I have it laid out here kind of like I want to put it together. So let me move that stuff out of the way. So what we're going to do is we're just going to hook these things together right here. So I have got my pendant piece, and I'm going to hook it right to this flower piece with my jump rings. These are the jump rings that actually had the chain, came on the chain that it was hooked together with. So just going to hook that right on there. Okay, and then I'm going to hook it right to this ring with the little infinity connector. Let me grab my other chain nose pliers instead of my crimping pliers. My crimping pliers have a really fine little tip on them, and I love to use them for intricate things other than just crimping. But these are some pretty hefty jump rings, so I need to be able to put a little force behind it here. Okay. So there's our pendant piece. Now, we're going to hook these 2 pieces to these jump rings right here. Okay? So go ahead and do that. So right here. And I've got my necklace, or my chain, if you can see, laid out here on the table before me. When you pick this up, it's going to hang, these things are going to turn this way. So you want to be careful when you're hanging this stuff on here to hang it on the front of this jump ring where it's going to hang correctly when you have it on, because the infinity pieces on this chain, they kind of, well, I'll show you what I mean here in a second, but when you pick it up, they turn sideways. So you want to hang these to where they will hang correctly when you have it on. So I'll show you here in just a second what I mean. Let me just get this one hooked on. Okay, so when you pick this up and you have it on, you see how those infinity pieces, they kind of turn a little bit like this. So you just want to make sure that these are hanging on the front of the jump ring, is basically what I'm saying. Okay. Now we're going to make a couple of little dangles to hang on to this piece with our stuff here, our beads here. So let's go ahead and do that. And let's see, I think what I want to do, I'm not sure how I want to do this. Let me look at it. I don't really like that. Okay, so I definitely want this guy to just hang on the bottom, and then, or do I want that bead on the bottom? I maybe want to put this bead on the bottom. Possibly, and then this. That looks pretty good right there. I'm just going to experiment with it here for just a second because I want to make sure that I get it like I want it. And a lot of times if you just try a couple things, yeah, I definitely like the other way better than that. Definitely. But let's do this. Let me try this guy, and then this, and then this, and then this, and see how that looks. And I think that's what I like the best. So I had to experiment a bit to get to that, if you notice, and sometimes that's what you want to do. You just want to try a couple things, try a couple combinations, and see what you like best. So here's my two little dangles. Now I am going to, am I going to do wrapped loops on these and attach them right on? I think I'm going to attempt to do a little bit of a wrapped loop here. And these are some small leftover piece, or small little bit I've got going on here left on my head pin, so we'll see. So I'm just going to wrap it around. Yeah, it's not going to be a very big wrap loop, but that's okay. I want to leave this open because I want to put this directly on here. Okay? And then I'm going to grab it with my plier. And I'm going to attempt, just grab it however you can get it the best. And I'm going to attempt to wrap just a little bit. So I'm holding it very tightly in my plier there, and just trying to wrap just a little. Would have been better if I had a longer head pin, or wire, but I didn't. So we're just going to do it this way. And it does create a small wrap, so, you know, that's all good. And then I'm going to try to tuck it here if I can. They never want to stand still to be tucked. They want to twirl, so that's an issue, but I'm going to do the best I can here. Sometimes if you put your finger on the bottom there, it will help keep it from twirling, but not always. And there, I think it's pretty good. And sometimes you can hold it at the top like you were when you were wrapping and try to tuck, but it's just difficult to get in there when it's such a small little piece left out. There we go. Alright, so that's what I've got so far. Let me get it back to where it's correct again. And it can be a little fiddly to figure out here, but there we go. There we go. Okay. And so that's one side. I'm going to do the same thing on the other. Again, just going to make a small little wrapped loop here. Up and over. Take that under. Put this right on our flower. And it would definitely be easier if I just hung it on with a jump ring, but I kind of like the level that it's laying at there, and I didn't want to add any more length to it. I like where it is. So again, just try to wrap it around as best you can. Okay, there we have it. All right, so we get it hanging the way it's supposed to be. There we go. This guy around to the front. This guy around to the front. And there we are. So when you're wearing it, and I will put it on for you at the end of this video, that is what it will look like. So it's just a statement, little statement piece. I like it. I think it's cute. Okay, so now we're going to put on our leather. And I'm trying to get this to lay down here so I can have it on the video to put on the leather. Okay, so I'm just going to take my leather. Now, you have to decide how long you want this to be on you, okay? This kind of a necklace, I don't want to be super long. I'm going to want it to hang up around my collarbone so it shows. So I'm not going to use much leather at all, okay? Probably just 3 to 4 inches on each side because, like I said, I want it to be fairly short. So actually, I'm probably going to cut about 6 inches per side just to be sure that I have enough. And that's not much, but it's going to make this necklace as long as I need it to be. So I'm just going to cut 6 inches over here and the same on the other side. 6 inches. Okay. I'm going to take my little piece here and I'm going to lay the leather right in it, and I'm going to grab it at the very tip with my thumbnail. Okay. Then I'm going to take my pliers and I'm just going to lay these pieces down on either side. And I used to fight with these things, and I found that the slower I do it, the better it comes out. So if I just take my time, lay that piece down, turn it around, and then fold this one over. And it works better if I have my wider bladed pliers. I have a really wide plier that works really good for this, but I do not have it. I'm outside on my back porch and I don't have it with me, so I don't really want to run and get it because it will work with these. You just have to work with it a minute. Okay, and just laying it down here. And there we have it. Now that one I mangled up a bit, so we're going to put it up at the top. We're going to do the second one down here at the bottom. Now you do want to make sure that both of the smooth edges, you get them on the same side of the leather, because you don't want it to flip over and the closed up, the part with the folds show. So I definitely want to get my smooth side over on there. Again, I'm going to turn it around and grab it with the tip of my fingernail. I'm going to use this big one this time, the bigger bladed one this time. And then I just take it and gently and slowly lay it down. Just like this. Okay? And it should flatten out right like that with your leather inside. And there's a little tooth on the bottom that kind of grabs into the leather and keeps it from coming out. And like I said, my other pliers work better for this, but I didn't get them. So there we have it. All right, so there's one side. I'm going to do the same with my other piece. Just going to make sure you slide the leather, keep it under there as you lay this down. Okay, flip it around. Lay the other side down. And same on this other end. And I do want to make sure that I get it laying the right way right there. It helps if you kind of hold the tip of it with your fingernail up there if you can. It just helps it to stay in there and to lay down a little bit better. Okay. There we go. All right. So we have our 4 little pieces of leather hooked on there, and I'm just going to take my jump rings and I'm just going to hook this piece right to my chain. Now I want to make sure that I hook it with the part that does not show the folds in the front, the flat part in the front. And close it up here. I've had a terrible time with jump rings, fighting with them today. For some reason, it's like they just are tough. I've been using thick ones, I guess. And they are so hard to get closed. And the ones that I've been using seem to be cut like they're not, I mean, they're cut evenly if you get them closed up, but they're open at first, so it's hard to get the, I don't know, the cut kind of overlaps. That's what I've been finding today with my jump rings. It's been a struggle. Me and the jump rings are fighting today. All right, same thing over here. I just want to make sure that I get it laying the correct way, and I think that is. Close this guy up. Again, fussing with the jump rings. There we go. All right. Now I'm going to lay this out and we're going to put our toggle on. I love this toggle. I think it matches this so well. It's so cute. So here it is, a little sunflower. And I'm just going to hook my toggle bar on one end and my toggle ring on the other. So here's our toggle bar. Okay, and our toggle ring. There we go. That's adorable. I love that toggle with this necklace. So there is our statement necklace. Very simple and quick to make using the Jessie James Magical Mystery Bead Box. So I'm going to put this on and I will be right back to show you how it hangs. Alright, so here it is. Very statement sunflowery little necklace made using the Jessie James Magical Mystery Bead Box for August 2022, and I really like it. I think it turns out super cute. Look really cute with like a white t-shirt and jeans, or pretty much anything. A v-neck would be good. This doesn't look too great with it, but this is what I got on, so this is what we're going with right now. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please like it, subscribe to my channel, and I'm looking at a butterfly out there in case you're wondering, and I will see you in the next video. I'll have links for all these products in the description box below. You can check them out, and subscribe to Jessie James Magical Mystery Bead Box. I've got to say, it's one of my favorites, and it has been absolutely stunningly beautiful lately. So check them out, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.